we're back!
And it's been a while since you've seen all four of us in the video, but today is your lucky day.
Today we're going to talk about festivals and celebrations in our country and culture. So...
Wait. Let's get down to business! Hi, so today I'm going to talk about Bonfire Night. This holiday, this celebration is also called Guy Fawkes Night and Guy Fawkes Day because it's to celebrate how Guy Fawkes did not blow up the House of Parliament. He tried, there's a whole gunpowder plot to try and blow up the House of Parliament, but they were caught and his conspirators were captured and they were tortured and killed. And then the king said, yay, we're going to celebrate this day now because I was not killed. And so on the 5th of November every year, we celebrate with fireworks and bonfires to celebrate the king not being killed. And there's a little rhyme to go with it, and it says, remember, remember the 5th of November, gunpowder treason and plot. I see no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. And on this night we also have guys, which are basically effigies of Guy Fawkes, and so you put crumpled up pieces of newspaper into a shape of a guy, a man, and put it on the bonfire. And there's a town in England called Edenbridge, and every year they do a 9 metre high effigy of a guy, and it's normally a celebrity. So last year it was Donald Trump with the head of Hillary Clinton, and he was wearing shorts with little Mexican men on it. And because in November it's pretty cold, we wear like hats and scarves and gloves, and we eat hot food. So normally we have jacket potatoes with butter and cheese, and then we have toffee apples as well, and everyone goes and watches the fireworks.
Hi, so I'll be talking about the festival that Chinese Malaysia celebrates. One of it is the Mooncake Festival. It's held on the 15th of the 8th month of the lunar calendar, and what we celebrate, well, first let's go through how did it came about. Historically, it's a kind of like a harvest Thanksgiving, so you kind of thank the gods for giving you a good harvest, and then there are also cases where people, there are historical reasons for it, which I'm not going to go into because it's probably not as interesting. We like the mythological legend more, so it's a story about the time, a long, long time ago, there were 10 suns in the sky, and it kind of caused like, you know, problems, of course. So there's this guy called Hou Yi who kind of shot 9 of the suns down and left only 1 sun in the sky and saved the world. So the queen of deities, the gods, like a goddess, in order to reward him, gave him a immortality pill. But because he doesn't want to leave his wife alone on Earth, he didn't take the pill, but instead he gave it to his wife to kind of safeguard it. One of his students decides to steal it for himself, but in order to not allow him to get it, his wife, who we call Chang'e, took the pill and started floating towards the moon, and she kind of stayed there. So the locals heard about the story and they decide to kind of worship her for blessings and what's not. So that's how the legend came about, you know, moons, and there's this lady that stays in the moon with her jade rabbit. And on this day, what we do is usually we admire the moon. That's how literally you translate Shang'e. And what we do is actually, because on the 15th day of each month, that's when you kind of get the roundest moon. We call it, well, you call it the full moon. And what we do is we look at how beautiful the moon is, and we just talk in the nights with the light of the full moon. And usually what we have is that we have mooncake. It's, well, in Malaysia we have different types of mooncake. We have the normal mooncake, the classic ones, where you have like a really nice crust, and inside you have red bean paste or lotus seed paste in it, sometimes with egg yolks. And we also have like a really new one called the snow skin mooncakes, where it's made out of just like flour and glutinous flour, rice, and then it's cold. It's eaten cold. It's kind of interesting, but it's not something that I'd like to eat. But it's really famous in Malaysia. And also children like to walk outside and with their lantern, so it's also called the Lantern Festival. And they light a lantern of various shapes with a candle inside and start walking around in the night, admiring the moon, kind of.
In Hungary, we have this Foundation Day on the 20th of August, when we celebrate King Stephen I, well, basically founding the state and becoming the first king of Hungary. And on this day we have massive fireworks in the evening in Budapest, and thousands of people watching it on the street, and they close the bridges and have amazing views of the Danube, and they broadcast it on the TV as well. And we have this rock musical about the whole story of King Stephen and his uncle, who was gonna be king but became Catholic, so he couldn't become king. It's very basic, I wanna take revenge story with rock music, and we watch that every year, and we're happy that we're a country. That's basically it, we don't do much.
In France, one of the important celebrations is what we call le 14 juillet. So everywhere in the world we refer to this as the Bastille Day, but no one in France would call this Journée de la Bastille. We call it the 14th of July. And the 14th of July it refers to the Prise de la Bastille, which means the day when the monarchy ended, basically. And this was in 1789, and then there is also a second day that we celebrate, which was 1 year later, when the Federation, so the Constitution was put into place. We were celebrating the Constitution, so it's Federation Day as well. And on this day there is a massive military parade down the Champs-Élysées. And there is also a speech from the president. This happens in the morning, and a lot of people watch it on television, or if people live in the area or have relatives that are in the parade, then usually they will go and watch the parade in Paris. And then one other thing that people do, as this is a bank holiday, is they spend time with their families, and in the evening there are usually some fireworks. There you go.
Stay tuned for part 2.